My twin sister stole my identity, maxed out my credit, and tried to steal my dream job. I'm still reeling from everything that's happened in the last few weeks, and I don't even know where to begin. This is a long one, so buckle up. I'm 28 years old, and I have an identical twin sister, Sarah. Growing up, Sarah and I were inseparable, or so I thought. We did everything together, shared a room, wore matching outfits, the whole twin package. Our parents, bless their hearts, always tried to treat us equally, but Sarah always had a manipulative streak. She was the one who would charmingly convince me to do her chores, or subtly shift blame onto me when we got into trouble. I always brushed it off as typical sibling rivalry, maybe a little bit of a bad twin good twin dynamic, but nothing truly malicious. Looking back now, I see the red flags everywhere, waving furiously in the wind. After high school, we went to different universities. I studied graphic design, something I'd been passionate about since I was a little girl doodling in notebooks. Sarah, on the other hand, bounced around a few majors, never really settling on anything. She'd call me occasionally, sometimes asking for money, sometimes just to chat, but our paths diverged significantly. I focused on my studies, worked multiple part-time jobs to pay my way, and interned at a couple of small design agencies. My dream, my absolute dream, was to work for Innovision, a prestigious design firm renowned for its innovative projects and incredible company culture. It was a long shot, I knew, but I worked tirelessly, building a portfolio I was incredibly proud of. Fast forward to about 6 months ago. I finally got an email from Innovision. They were impressed with my portfolio and wanted to schedule an interview. I was ecstatic, over the moon. This was it, the culmination of years of hard work and sacrifice. The interview went brilliantly, or so I thought. They seemed to love my ideas, my energy, my experience. I felt a genuine connection with the hiring manager and the creative director. They told me they would be in touch within a week. A week passed, then 2, then 3. I was a nervous wreck. I sent a follow-up email, then another. No response. My excitement slowly turned into crushing disappointment. I started to wonder if I had misread the room, if I wasn't as good as I thought I was. I applied to other places, but my heart wasn't in it. Innovision was the place. About a month ago, I received a series of alarming emails and letters. My credit card company was contacting me about multiple overdue payments. My bank account was overdrawn. I was in a panic. I checked my online banking and saw a flurry of transactions I didn't recognize. High-end clothing, expensive electronics, even a luxury weekend getaway to a resort I'd never heard of. My credit score, which I had painstakingly built up over years, had plummeted. I felt a cold dread creep into my stomach. This wasn't just a mistake. This was deliberate. I immediately called my bank and credit card companies. They confirmed my worst fears. Someone had been using my identity. It was all under my name, my social security number, my date of birth. They started an investigation, and I filed a police report. The stress was immense. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. My carefully constructed financial stability was in ruins. Then came the final, devastating blow. I received a letter from a debt collection agency, threatening legal action for an astronomical sum. Attached was a copy of a loan application, signed with my name. Except, the signature wasn't mine. It was similar, but clearly a forgery. And that's when it hit me. A cold, hard realization that made my blood run cold. There was only one person on the planet who could mimic my signature so closely, who knew all my personal details, who had access to information that only a twin would have. Sarah. I confronted her. I called her, my voice shaking with a mixture of anger and betrayal. "Sarah, what have you done?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. She feigned ignorance, claiming she had no idea what I was talking about. "Oh, you know, my identity has been stolen. My credit is ruined, thousands of dollars in debt. The police are involved." I spat out, unable to contain my fury. Her voice wavered slightly, a telltale sign of her lying that I knew from childhood. She tried to pivot, saying maybe I just forgot making those purchases. Maybe I was just stressed. I cut her off. "Don't even try, Sarah. I know it's you. I know you're behind this." The conversation quickly devolved into a screaming match. She finally broke down, confessing to everything. She admitted she had been struggling financially, that she felt like she was constantly in my shadow, that she deserved some of the good things I had. She claimed it was just borrowing and she intended to pay me back. I was disgusted. How could my own sister do something like this? How could she so casually destroy my life for her own selfish desires? The emotional wound was deeper than any financial one, but the worst was yet to come. While I was dealing with the fallout of the identity theft, I still couldn't shake the disappointment of Innovision. One day, scrolling through LinkedIn, I saw an update from a former classmate. He had just started working at Innovision, and in his post, he mentioned meeting the new junior graphic designer. My heart sank. Innovision had hired someone. I clicked on the post, and there, in the comments, was a congratulatory message from the hiring manager. And then I saw it. A profile picture of Sarah.M. Why blood ran cold for the second time in as many weeks. It wasn't just the identity theft. It was the job. My dream job. She had not only stolen my identity for financial gain, but she had also stolen my entire professional future. My mind raced back to the Innovision interview. I remembered the odd feeling I had, a slight disconnect, as if they were expecting something slightly different from me, but I had dismissed it as nerves. Had she interviewed under my name? It seemed impossible, but given everything else, horrifyingly plausible that I immediately called my former classmate. I explained everything, the identity theft, the financial ruin, and now this. He was shocked, horrified. He told me that Sarah, or rather, I, had been working there for about 3 weeks. He said she seemed a little off sometimes, not quite as sharp as he remembered me being, but he just figured I was adjusting to a new role. He also mentioned that she had shown them my portfolio during the interview process. The very portfolio I had spent years meticulously crafting. This was a betrayal on a level I couldn't even comprehend. Not only had she destroyed my finances, but she had also stolen my career, my passion, my very identity. The audacity, the sheer malice of it, was sickening. I felt a surge of adrenaline, a cold, hard determination I hadn't known I possessed that I contacted Innovision's Human Resources Department. I explained the situation, provided the police report number for the identity theft, and presented irrefutable evidence that their new junior graphic designer was not me, but my identical twin sister who had impersonated me. I sent them copies of our birth certificates, photos of us growing up, and even a side-by-side comparison of our driver's licenses. Sarah had somehow managed to get a fake ID with my information, though her face was on it, which was a huge oversight on her part. It was clear as day the HR department was, understandably, in a state of shock. They launched an internal investigation immediately. I didn't hear anything for a few days, and the anxiety was unbearable. Was I going to be implicated in this? Would my reputation be ruined before it even began? Finally, I received a call from the head of HR at Innovision. They confirmed everything. Sarah had indeed impersonated me throughout the entire hiring process, using my resume, my portfolio, and my personal information. They had already terminated her employment and were cooperating fully with the police investigation. They expressed their deepest apologies for the oversight and the distress it had caused me. And then, the most incredible thing happened. They offered me the job. My job. The one I had earned. The one I had dreamed of. They said they were still incredibly impressed with my original application and portfolio, and despite the bizarre circumstances, they wanted me on their team. I almost cried with relief and gratitude. It felt like a ray of sunshine piercing through the darkest storm. I started at Innovision last week. It's been a whirlwind. Everyone has been incredibly supportive, and the team is even more amazing than I imagined. It feels surreal to finally be here, doing what I love. The financial fallout from Sarah's actions is still a massive headache. and the police investigation is ongoing. She's facing serious charges of identity theft, fraud, and impersonation. Our parents are devastated, caught between their two daughters. They've tried to mediate, to get me to drop the charges, to forgive and forget. But how can I? She didn't just borrow money, she tried to steal my entire life that I've cut off all contact with Sarah. I don't know if I'll ever be able to forgive her. The betrayal is too deep, the damage too extensive. It's hard to reconcile the person who shared my childhood with the person who so ruthlessly tried to destroy my future. I'm trying to focus on my new job, on rebuilding my life, and on healing from this profound emotional wound. I feel a mix of triumph and profound sadness. I got my dream job, but I lost my sister in the process. I never thought my twin would be my greatest enemy. Has anyone ever experienced a betrayal this deep from a family member? How do you move past something like this? I just feel so broken, even with this win.